Hey, everybody, and welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad that you are here with us tonight. I'm Dr. Prickett. I'm the principal at McHenry High School, and I'm just thrilled to welcome you. This night marks the very first night for our incoming freshmen, and we are just so excited. You're going to learn all about course selection tonight. That's what this event is, course selection night, and we are just thrilled to have you on board. This is a new era, and you are the first class that gets to come in to the MCHS freshman campus. I'm so thrilled for you. We cannot wait to meet you. So let me introduce a few people as we get started here tonight. First of all, like I mentioned, I'm Dr. Prickett. I'm the principal here at McHenry High School. Also with us tonight, as you saw on the screen, Mrs. Hobson, the associate principal at freshman campus. Mrs. Hobson, good evening. Mr. Boshin, if you have the last names A through LE, he will be your school counselor. I'm Mr. Boshin. Ms. Aranyana, if you have last names LF through Z and or you are a multilingual learner, she will be your counselor. Mr. Sterner is with us tonight. He is not only summer school principal, but division chair of social science. Mr. Sterner, and not here with us tonight, but people you will get to know over time are Miss Anelli. She is the division chair of special education, and Miss Rubio, the division chair of ML and academic support. So we are just thrilled you are here once again. I can't wait. We have a quick presentation for you tonight so you can learn all about course selection and really start thinking about freshman year, school year 21-22. I can't wait. Mrs. Hobson?
Hello, everybody, and welcome. We know that in regards to tonight as a transition to high school, this is a big night, not only for us, but also for you. And I'm sure that there are a lot of you out there who are feeling a bit of anxiety about this process. But we hope that through tonight's presentation, we give you the information that you need so that you feel comfortable in choosing your courses and selecting your courses for next year. Hopefully in front of you, you have the course selection sheets that were mailed home to you over the weekend, last Friday. And then also you should have received, parents, in your email about 5 minutes ago, an email from us of electronic documents of your course selection sheet. So if you want to pull those out, those might be very helpful for you to have in front of you tonight. Now, before I get started and before the school counselors get started, I do want to go over a couple of quick things that are going to help this night maybe function a little bit better. And that's an explanation of how we work as a high school. And so when freshmen come in, and as we know, students need to earn credits to graduate. Freshmen need to earn 6 credits throughout the school, or they need to earn 6 credits throughout the school year to be considered on track. Now, that being said, there is enough structure in the day where students can earn 7 credits. And I'll explain that, how that works in a little bit. But when we're talking about courses, there's 2 types of courses: year-long courses that are designated by 2 numbers, one with a 1 at the end and another with a 2 at the end, or a semester course that will have a 3 at the end. And that's going to be important to keep in mind when you are selecting your courses on the course selection sheet. Now, the high school, here at the high school, we have an 8-period day. One of those periods is going to be lunch. Another period may or may not be a study hall or support period, depending on if you select a study hall or not, or if you were placed into a support period or not. And then the other 6 are going to be a combination of electives, PE, and your core courses. Now, one of the things to keep in mind if you are considering a study hall is at the beginning of every day next year, we have a support period built into the day for everyone, and that's called AIM. And this is a very structured period of the day where kids focus on their homework, they focus on meeting with teachers, and we have some very, tight expectations when it comes to this academic support time. So again, if you're looking for or considering taking a study hall, just know that this will be built into the beginning of every day for you. And then the last 2 things I wanted to mention are our online platforms that we use every day when we function here in the high school. And one of these is going to be more important for you to remember tonight, because Mr. Sterner will be talking about that a little bit later, and that's Skyward. And this is our student information system This is where we house all of our, student information like phone numbers, email addresses, contact information, things like that. This is also how you will register for summer school. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was Schoology. And this is our academic online platform that all of our teachers use, where they house their coursework and everything essentially for all of their classes. So like I said, this is some important information for you to know moving forward, and I'm going to turn it over to our school counselors.
Hey, everyone.
Hello. So I'm going to start us off here with just kind of a brief overview in regards to graduation requirements. This is something that as the counselors, at the freshman building and then at the upper campus, we'll kind of just be drilling into the kids and hopefully parents at home to better understand what students need to complete in order to graduate. So right here in front of you, you'll have a total of, each course subject. It'll be 4 years of an English, 3 years of a math, 3 years of science, 2.5 years of a social science. Everybody will need a semester of health, 3.5 years of a PE, driver's education, a semester of consumer ed, and then a total of 7 elective credits. So all in all, total of 24 credits. Like Ms. Hobson had stated earlier in that previous slide, our goal is to make sure that your student, leaves the freshman building with those 6 credits in preparation for the upper campus. So at this time is a good point, if you're watching this live, to maybe pull out your course selection sheets. We're going to go over this a little bit more in detail again of how to fill this out and how to submit the form properly. So if you could please bring these out, you'll see you should have received these the other day via email, which is one of the main options in which you can submit the form that we would like you to submit it. So we're going to go over it a little bit more in detail. We're going to look at the first page right there at the front on our next slide here. Is what is a really main focus for us here is the freshman required courses. So you'll see on the left-hand side at our table, there's subject area, and on the right-hand side is going to be your student course placements. In our example here, we don't have those course codes like Ms. Hobson was talking about, but yours should have those course codes also listed on your placement doc. So just note that these subject areas to the left, these are going to be your core subject areas of placements that your students are supposed to have filled out already on the right-hand side. So these will already be, listed in that box right there for you. If they are not, feel free to reach out to either Ms. Hobson or one of the counselors that we can help you kind of navigate, figure out why maybe you're missing a placement for whatever reason. So what you'll see is you'll see English on the left-hand side, which is a full year, like we had stated, you're going to need to complete. So on the right-hand side, you can either have English 1 or Honors English. English 1 here is in our example. You'll see Mathematics is, again, a full year course. There's various options. In this example, we have Advanced Algebra and Geometry. For Science, again, that's a full year course. So you'll see in our example is Biology. Your student could have Honors Biology as well as a possible placement. Social Science here is really important to note. There's 2 different options that you could have on your placement doc. There is either Issues of the 21st Century, which is a 1 semester course that'll be listed there, or your student could have AP Human Geo listed in that course placement area. AP Human Geo is in fact a full year course, so just take note of that when you're choosing electives. We'll explain in another slide here in a few minutes. Under that, you'll see Physical Education. Students can actually pick from these 4 options for both semesters. They can be different, they can be same, it's really up to you. So you'll see Freshman PE, Intro to Fitness, Intro to Strength, and Intro to Dance for each semester. They'll want a full year. Know that if your student does take health, we talk about this a lot, if they do take health over the summer, they will actually have an open elective option their sophomore year. So freshman year students still need to take a full year of PE. On the bottom, you'll see there is what's called elective or support period study hall. In that last row, your student could have a possible math support or Warrior Resource Center or Core Academic Center support listed there. In this instance, we just have that 1 year of the math support. If it's blank, then that just means there's more space to either add a study hall if you think you need an additional one outside of AIM, or put in your electives within that space there. Towards the bottom of this front page, you'll see some get ahead information. So again, like I discussed, what classes your student can take for get ahead. And then you'll see here right under where it says the link to summer school website, students can actually, and parents can select a drop down of what classes they plan on taking during summer school. Just note, this is not registration for summer school. This is more of a informational spot to let the counselors know, so that if your student is deciding to take a course over the summer, we can then take that course out of our system and put in an elective of choice since they decided to take that course over the summer. So again, this is not summer school registration. That's done through a different system. But this is, again, just kind of a note to let counselors know so we can adjust our schedules accordingly for next year. You'll go on ahead and flip on the back of the sheet. Like we said, required courses. On the back is our freshman elective courses. These are actually listed by career cluster. You'll see they're kind of, they'll be labeled in multiple areas. And so make sure, this is very vital, but you'll see there's a column for each elective where it's primary choice, and then there'll be a column for alternative choice. Again, we're going to show you an example of kind of how to draw out visually how to fill up your schedule. And that way, making it easier for you to select your primary choices and making sure that you also pick at least 3 alternate choices. This is very important because, like I stated earlier, if your student decides to take a course over the summer, we'll know to kind of pull from these alternate choices that your student selects and put those into their schedule for next year.
And so with that, this is kind of the visual representation of course selection. We just want to make sure that we're giving you guys the tools to pick, the right amount of classes so that you guys can have a successful freshman year. And it looks like we might have to hit the play button again. Oh. Looks like we don't have sound, unfortunately. So we basically embedded this video into the slideshow, and so if you want to go back to this, we can definitely use it as a resource. It just basically spells out that you need to select 14 classes, so 7 in each semester, in order to have a full schedule, because everyone will get a lunch period. And so in our 8-period day, if year-long classes are 2 semesters, and then there are some semester-long electives. And so we just wanted to, again, produce a visual so that you would see exactly how many classes you needed to sign up for. And that answer is 14 semester-long courses. So this next slide is really for those families that have questions or concerns about any of the placements on their course selection sheet. If you do have questions or concerns about those placements, we have a bunch of people listed on the right-hand side of the slide. Those are the divisionals for the specific departments. We just ask that you reach out to them directly and state your question or concern, and then they will work with you to come up with a solution. If it is changing from Honors English 1 to regular English 1, once that's approved, then the counselors will update your courses within Skyward. The deadline to submit all of these questions or concerns is February 26th. The next slide just kind of goes over what happens after course selection is done. So after course selection finishes, we basically lock students and families out of, making any alterations to their course requests from March 1st through May 1st. And basically we're tallying all of the choices for courses to ensure that we have enough teachers and classrooms and space to accommodate all of those requests. So from March 1st to May 1st, we're busy building that master schedule. And then after May 1st, we can take course change requests as long as there's space in those classes that you're requesting to change. And the other thing that I want to point out is that if you are slated for an AP course, just due to the fact that some of them do have summer homework, there are no AP course drops after June 1st. So we want to make sure that you guys are picking with a purpose and that, you know, you're choosing those courses that best suit what it is you want to do, whether that's explore certain subjects or prepare you for whatever you have as a goal for yourself after high school. And I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. Sterner.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Boshin. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about the ins and outs of summer school. And as you can see on the slide, we actually do have 2 sessions of summer school. Both are 3 weeks long. We have one June session and session 2 is in July. And all summer school courses for freshmen will go from 8 to 12:30. What we're really excited about for this year is that summer school is going to be located at the upper campus. And then we will have classes also in our new center, our Center for Science, Technology, and Industry. It's going to be a great opportunity for students to have really one of the first shots of having courses in our beautiful new center. In terms of learning format, so that's something that we're planning for all different options. We are going to make a final decision in May based on local health conditions. But right now, the plan for the learning format is to have hybrid learning. And what that's going to look like in the summer is students are going to have one day in person, and the next day they will be digital. But when they are participating through class digitally, that'll be a synchronous connection. There will not be any asynchronous days in summer school. There is going to be a remote option. There's going to be certain criteria within the remote option, and that's going to be communicated on the school website and through parental emails. We do really suggest for freshmen to take a summer school course. It's just a great opportunity to transition smoothly to their high school career. A lot of the freshman feedback we have received from students who've taken summer school in the past is that it's been really helpful for them, that they feel much more comfortable when they come through those doors in August if they take summer school first. We do offer a wide variety of courses, and I'm going to talk about a few of those today. We have 2 classes actually that run both sessions, meaning that they're a full year. They're both session 1 and session 2, and that's honors geometry and Spanish. So honors geometry, we would encourage students who want to take advanced math courses to take honors geometry. And then for Spanish, what's really awesome about this program is this allows for a 5-year Spanish program at MCHS, with ultimately students taking the AP Spanish level their senior year. Other course offerings would be health, which is a course that will allow for an elective their sophomore year. Issues of the 21st century for students who are placed during the course placement process in issues. We offer enrichment in high school math. That's an opportunity for any student who wants some extra practice, needs some extra support from MCHS staff members, and they can get that in that class. And then also culinary, which is a really popular elective that we have here for incoming 9th graders. So after you decide what course you want to take, the next step is to register, and we're going to show you where to find information on that right now. Yeah, so what you see here is the summer school website. In order to get to this website, if you go to the main page, you go to departments, and then under departments, you'll see a drop down for summer school. And after you click that drop down, you'll see this main page. And we have a lot of information on the summer school website that's going to be very helpful for you. A couple of the first 2 links are the summer school brochure, where you get more information about the courses, and then the summer school learning plan. And in that document, we provide the most updated information, whether it's about learning formats, whether it's about student expectations, attendance. Quick note on attendance: students can only miss 1 day per session. It is 15 days per session, so we do have that requirement where you can only miss 1 day. If you need extra information, we have informational videos. I actually have 2 informational videos there for incoming 9th graders. One is a general overview of the whole summer school process, and another video there is a screencast of how to engage in summer school payments on a system we call Vanco. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see information about the registration process. You would click on the registration process for 9th graders. When you click on that document, you're going to see that one of the first steps is to make sure that you register through Skyward. Mrs. Hobson hit on this a little earlier. You should have received an email with a new Skyward login. You will use that to register your child for summer school. From there, like I just mentioned, there's going to be payment steps, and we're going to pay through summer school through a system called Vanco. And every step, it goes from step 1 to step 5, is right on that document to help you with that process. And then you'll see some registration deadlines and payments, and all the information you need is on that website. Just a last note here, registration is open now. So all of the information, like I said, is on the website. It is open now. And we would encourage you to register as soon as possible. Some courses do fill up. So it is important that you work on that process sooner than later. And if you have any questions, you can don't hesitate to reach out. And with that, I'm going to pass it along to Mrs. Hobson.
Okay, thank you, Sean. So one of the last things kind of to get this wrapped up, we are going to be posting this presentation on our district website. And then also in this presentation, all of these are links to other resources that you can access through our website. So Carl, if you want to go to the website, I'll show everyone, we can show everyone where that is. On our district website, we have a pillar that we like to call of information that is geared toward our incoming 8th graders specifically. This is on a lot of the information that we have already sent home. But when you click on it, it'll take you to a page that has information, all sorts of information that you can access. We are going to be putting on here some videos from our departments that will give you a little bit more information and insight into, what classes require, coursework, things like that. And we're going to have those up in a few days. Okay, and then this is just a reminder for what we have coming up next week. The 8th grade extravaganza. This is where we're going to focus more on the philosophy and many of the other things that are going to be part of the 9th grade campus. And then next Friday is when these course selection sheets are due. The preferred method of getting those back to us is just to hit the submit button through the email, and we'll get them right back to us. However, if you want to print them off, fill them out, and then get them back to us through email that way, through a PDF or some other format, we definitely will accept those. Or you can also drop them off directly at East Campus.
Dr. P, I think you're muted.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. I was indeed muted. I didn't say too much. You didn't miss anything. I could probably repeat it all verbatim. We just want to thank you. Thank you, Mr. Boshin and Ms. Arnyana and Mr. Sterner, Mrs. Hobson. And thank you all tonight for coming out tonight to catch this live stream. We are so glad to see so many of you came out online to check out what's going on. And hopefully that means that you're super excited about next year. Again, a new era, a new generation for McHenry High School. And you get to be the first class that comes into the freshman campus and then travels together to the upper campus for your sophomore, junior, and senior year. Lots of opportunities for you next year. We hope to be back, and obviously, like everybody else does, in person, full time. There's no way of knowing that. A couple of questions that were asked in the comments about summer school. Somebody asked if it was in person or if it's separate or if it's hybrid. I think Mr. Sterner, you mentioned that it was going to be hybrid. So we're planning to run a hybrid model summer school, and that's what the plan that we're going to go forward with. A couple of other questions, actually a few of them, many people mentioned that the links that you received today both of the links led you to the Spanish version. So we're going to check in on that and make sure that you receive both the English and the Spanish version. we'll do that tomorrow and make sure that you got the right copies of that, and make sure that you can get that filled out. If there are any other questions, please feel free to contact us at the high school, at the East Campus. We will answer any questions that you might have. So unless there's anything else from the team here tonight, we wish you a very happy night. And again, we're thrilled to see you in the fall, and hope that you get really excited about this. If you haven't driven past West Campus, which will be called the Upper Campus starting next year, please do so. The construction is well underway. The outside looks beautiful. They're fully on the inside now, working to put those rooms together, and they actually even moved furniture into a couple of them. So it's super exciting. We're thrilled, and to get you into the freshman campus and then the upper campus as well. So have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining.